In order for you to enlighten yourself, you must spread light within yourself. This is the Think Successfully Room. It's excellent.
Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets. We building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, QB So Effing Amazing, man, and this is my guy, Blaqamore. And together we discuss on how you can get your health right. Now, how you feel, brother?
What's good, man? What's going on, brother?
Man, I can't complain, man. Trying to get used to this motherfucking weather up north, man. You down south right now, so
yeah, have fun with that cold shit.
Man, bro. So I don't want to waste too much time. I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it, man. So you recently sent me a clip about a white guy talking about the dangers of the healthcare system that's currently in this country and exactly the agenda that they push. Man, so exactly like when you watch that clip, what was your thoughts on what he was talking about in that clip in terms of the healthcare system today?
I think you actually sent it to me a while ago. I sent it back. But to answer the question, I mean, I be questioning my sanity because I be like, duh, that's how I feel. But like, you know, when people hear it, they like, oh my God, could it be true? And I'm like, how could it?
How could it not? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just makes all the sense in the world. Like the saying goes, a cured patient ain't a profitable patient. You know, when you have a whole population of hundreds of millions of people to control, just as far as one country, you know, it's hard. It's easier to control dumb, sick, poor people than it is to control vibrant, rich, smart people.
Absolutely, yeah. So my fault for cutting you off, bro.
Go ahead.
So I didn't make that clear at the beginning of the episode on exactly what that was about, right? Said a little bit, but not too much. So pretty much in our country, you know, there is a healthcare system that they don't really care about the interests of the people in terms of giving us or wanting us to find out the cause of our illnesses, right? So everything is, you know, based off capitalism as we see it, right? So as Bo just said, right, if there's a cured patient, that means there's no money coming in, there's no profit, right? So why show them how to cure their illness when we could just show them how to manage their symptoms, right? So we have a patient on a medication, right? Something that's just going to manage their sickness. That means eventually when they run out of medication, they have to come back for more medication, right? So that's the whole premise of this episode, is that, you know, how many people that we know, right, 50 and older, that we know personally that has a Ziploc bag full of medication, right? When they take one medication, one medicine, right? Obviously, the medicine that we ingest or whatever is a chemical, right? And you know, a chemical there's a chemical reaction, and behind the chemical reaction, now you have a side effect, right? So now you have a side effect from the first medication, and then now you have to take a second medication for the side effect of the first one, and so on and so forth. So now the medication is compounding. Next thing you know, this individual is on 15 to 20 different medications based off what the first medication did.
Yeah, man. And I see it all the time. Happens all the time. With men that I help with blood pressure, the most common complained about side effect is not feeling like a man in the bedroom anymore because of the side effects of those medications.
Yeah, that'll kill it.
It kills. It is because when you got high blood pressure, it either ain't gonna work because of the high blood pressure or the medicine. Like either or. Like y'all got to fix that. And then like with women, it's typically just like anxiety and not even, and it affects them there too. Like they don't even be in the mood. They don't feel nothing.
Yeah.
And how alive can you feel when your sex drive is gone?
Right.
Especially when you at an age where you should still be doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's there to life?
So my question is, bro, is that how many clients have you came across, or if you can give me an exact number or around about how many clients have you came across that that has ran into a problem with their sex life because of the side effect of the medications that they take?
Shit, I lost count, man. That's how I learned about it. I didn't know that was side. I was fortunate enough to never have to take the medicine, but yeah, that's how I learned from I learned all the side effects and stuff from medicine with blood pressure. I learned through coaching of it, and that is the number one complaint about amongst men. And
so by you telling me that, you think that's another form of population control?
it can be. So of course I have the conspiracy dark side in me that was like, yeah, this was planned all along. But then But then I got like this other side of me, like, hey, y'all niggas ain't that smart. It could have just happened to be that way, but I do believe that like coordinations and conspiracy happens. I mean, we didn't see it happen. Like a lot of people don't know. Like people be thinking we be wild for saying this type of shit. Like people don't know back when the light bulb first came out. The light bulbs back then used to work like great, but they told people that it didn't work that great because the technology hadn't caught up.
Yeah.
But in reality, those light bulbs actually work too good. Like they could last almost 3,000 hours. And so General Electric and Philips and some other entities got together, huddled up, and said, all right, we got the plan. We're going to start finding any manufacturer that manufactures a light bulb that lasts more than 1,000 hours. So we had light bulbs that could last almost 3,000, and then they started to find companies for making them last longer than 1,000 hours, so that we could come back and keep buying light bulbs over and over. If they were willing to do this over 100 years ago in that industry, what makes today immune to that thought process? What makes the medical industry immune to that thought process? As a matter of fact, in 2018, there's a Goldman Sachs report that showed Gilead Sciences, they had the cure for hepatitis C. And one of the financial analysts was like, I mean, yeah, working all over 90% success rate, but where the money gonna come from? Like that's documented. They're talking about that. And they showed it was a financial disaster.
So those are things that we gotta wow, so I'm not sure exactly how deep you got it. Can you explain that a little bit further? Like as far as like the finances getting all tangled up, even though we know why that is, why they don't want to cure that. But let's dive deeper into that. Why you think the finances is getting all tangled?
Well, you gotta realize at least since I've been alive, what has every president ran their campaign on? Like the economy and more jobs. And for them to be more jobs, companies have to make more money. If companies ain't making more money, then they ain't no job. But but the flip side to that is, like, where's this money coming from? The money, why do we need jobs so goddamn much? To pay these medical bills and all these other bills that they're scamming us on. Like,
right. Facts.
So that in a lot of their mind, they actually believe they're doing good. Even though they are doing evil, because they see it as their ranking priority. Okay, if we make the money, then we can keep our employees' bills paid and all of this. But if we cure the people, then what we gonna do about these over here? Fuck them. I don't know them anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's fucked up, man. I mean, you think
it is fucked up. But they think many of them think that they're doing good. Like they're probably listening to us like, y'all don't know what it takes to be in my position. And it's like, yo, we are the people that you call yourself trying to serve. We're telling you.
But at the end of the day, we are the reason for fueling a lot of the things that y'all got going on, right? But like you said, when it comes to a hierarchy, you know what I'm saying? Like we're just another number, right? You know what I'm saying? That's all we is. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no reason for them to care about our life. So if it's If it's all about money at the end of the day, they gonna sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that they paycheck, they money, there's cash flow coming, even if that means jeopardizing your health. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that's why it was important to get on here and talk about that, because a lot of times we don't look at the system for what it is, right? And I'm tired of seeing it in my grandmothers, you know what I'm saying? Great aunties, great uncles, you know what I'm saying? Coughing, and they don't know exactly what's wrong with them, but they know that if they pull out this big bag of medication, they're going to feel better afterwards. But then what about tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? We have to start, I think, doing more research for it, because they not going to teach this. You know what I'm saying? It's at some point, we have to have the drive to seek further information about why is this happening to me? You know, why do I have high blood pressure? You know what I'm saying? Why is cancer happening? You know what I'm saying? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like that? You know what I'm saying? And then and completely remove yourself from the system that they have, right? Because we have been programmed to believe that even people around me, you know, they're programmed to believe that my sickness came from genetics. And I'm not gonna sit here and speak. I don't want to talk like it's a fact, but in my belief, genetics has nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I will argue that there's a very small percentage that.
Well, the thing is with genetics, I will say genetics have to do with it, but genetics aren't the way people understand genetics. People understand genetics like it's determined. This is the end all be all. This way it has to be. You know, like your gene says you are funny, and there was nothing you could do to not be funny because your genes say so. Nigga, no, that's not how the shit works. It depends on it depends on the environment and how that's gonna affect your genetic expression. So, you know, apparently in my genes, I am predisposed to where if I'm not getting enough potassium, man, my blood pressure may rise. You may or may not, because I don't know your business, but yours might be, you might be cool in that whole area where it'll take a whole lot of salt to rise your blood pressure than the average person. Maybe, I don't know, just as an example. And to show an even further example of how powerful environment and chemicals play a part of your genetics, there's this creature called shit, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like a water creature. It's like a Mexican salamander. Some shit lives in the water.
Yeah.
Okay. And they have the potential to literally transform into a walking land animal. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
Most of them don't. But the reason why they don't is because the water that they're in is naturally low in iodine. If you was to take one of them, put them in a tank, put one drop of iodine in there, them niggas will get up and start walking on the land. They will transform spontaneously before your fucking eye with some iodine. That's all it took for their genetics to transform them. So what could it take for your genetics to get rid of your cancer, your genetics to get rid of the diabetes that people want to claim that they're doomed to? There's something you could do.
So that's actually a fire analogy. I was actually going to throw in an analogy in there as well, but that's actually fire. So what that's saying is like I was like genetically, there's a very small percentage that genetic, because like I get tired of I even had some arguments. Some of them could have got real heated arguments because it's like, it's something about an average mind that just hurts me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, I love you, man. Why is you thinking like, man? It's like, man, stop it, man. But for you to believe, oh man, my grandmother had cancer, that means I'ma have it. It's like, nah, bro, it don't work like that. Like, what I will say is that I will say this: their lifestyle arguably probably been passed down to you. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the things that they eat, their level of physical activity, you know what I'm saying? All of these things arguably, yes, been passed down to you because you've seen them do it, right? But epigenetics is something we have to throw in there as well, right? So epigenetics, for those that don't know what epigenetics is, that's just the study of your environment. You know what I'm saying? So what epigenetics argue is that your environment is what influences your genes, right? And changes the chemical of that gene, and therefore make you more vulnerable to these sicknesses, right? So this means the things that you consume, your physical activity, even the areas you place yourself in, and you have to worry about, the poor air quality, right? All of these things has the potential to change your genes, and therefore change the chemical reaction of those genes, right? So this is things we have to look out for, right? So it's never been about, oh, my grandparents had it, so that means I'm gonna have it. No, your environment is what ultimately alters or changes your health.
Yeah, if you're seeing that certain conditions and diseases is in your family, what you should consider is just doing things differently, because
Yeah,
your genes have
fact.
proven to, if when you do what they do, that's probably going to happen to you too. So switch up some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Just switch.
So man, like, and I don't know no grandparent that I didn't had that didn't like they bacon and sausages in the morning. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And all of this, I done seen my grandparents had some pretty unhealthy habits in terms of what they eat. A lot of them didn't really get into physical activity like that. So and I understand why certain illnesses occur. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but like bro just said, that's what made me want to embark on this health journey for real, is because of what I seen with my grandparents, mother, even, you know what I'm saying, aunties, uncles, eat shit, older cousins. A lot of them got unhealthy lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I ain't trying to offend y'all if y'all watching this, but for the sake of content,
Oh, it's about to be Christmas
that,
too. You got some arguments to deal with, man.
hey man, but this is what it is though. And then when I tell them, like, hey man, you need to put that down. Man, I love my chillers, nephew. Man, you gotta put the high. Yeah, so it's like I think it's at a point to where the only people you can save is the people that come after you. You know what I'm saying? Your children. And, pass on good habits to them, and then they'll pass them habits on to their children. Right? Because people older, like in generations that came before you, they at a point to where they feel like they don't have to listen to a nephew or a grandson even. You know what I'm saying? But I have seen it, you know what I'm saying, as far as the lifestyle and exactly what the medications is doing to us. And even still, we lack the knowledge about exactly what epigenetics is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Man, bro. My fault. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Man, do you feel, even though we just talked about that, but we ain't really dive in it for real. So you would agree that it's genetically, there's a percentage, it may be low, but the main thing we have to worry about is the habits we pass down to the generations after us.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's the controllable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What I notice a lot of people like to do is we like to focus on the part that we can't control. Mm-hmm. And then when we introduce the idea, like, no, you can't control your environment and your habits and stuff. So yeah, it may affect your genetics a certain way, and you can't control that. You didn't choose our genetics, but you can choose how they are expressed. And it's okay to continue to learning new things. And look, I understand, because to be real, that's why I'm not talking too much shit along with you, because I feel like I'm gonna be the same way in about 20 years. Like, little nigga, you can't tell me nothing. I done been here for 60, 70 years, young buck. I'm done.
That's how they be, man. They be like that. Like, man, motherfuckers, they'll tell you in your face, man, I love my bacon, man. I gotta have my bacon.
Yeah.
It ain't really nothing you can say when your elders, when they love they bacon and they shit that they've been eating all their life, it ain't shit you can do to change that, man. You can just...
Yeah. Well, I will say this though, because my grandparents, at least my mother's parents, they lived fairly long lives, and they wasn't like no health buck. My grandma, she had high blood pressure. My granddaddy would drink and smoke, and they both lived to their mid to late 80s. What I have noticed, and people who tend to live longer than average lives, and or come off like they're like literally 30 years younger than they actually are.
Yeah.
The things that they all have in common is they never stop moving. They eat their fruits and vegetables, and they get a decent night of sleep. Like some of them, like I told you, my granddad is smoking cigarettes, drinking, but he didn't. But he kept moving. He stayed moving. He had his own garden. He gardened to the day he died. He got his fruits and vegetables. He would make his greens. So if you must have your chitlins, if you must have your Coors Light, if you must have these things, at least keep moving every day. Movement is medicine, and get you some fruits and vegetables. That's all I would add.
The least you can do, at least to kind of balance it out a little bit. Yeah. When you got a completely unhealthy life. But that remind me of my grandmother though. So my grandmother died. So I used to do music, man. I've still got all my equipment and shit, but you know, that's a whole nother conversation. But the last video we did, my grandmother was in there. And I think at the time she was in her early 90s. And like you said, she didn't have the healthiest lifestyle in terms of the things that she ate. Cause them little gums used to move. Them gums, even though she ain't had no teeth, she was, man, that woman knew how to eat. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that she always did, even in her 90s, she used to always get up and take a walk. And it didn't care. She really didn't care how long or how far of a walk it was. She just made sure she got up and got some steps in. And I brung up my guy Johnny once before, man. And he said something that was key. And I'm always quote this, man. If you're not moving, you're dying. You know what I'm saying? So even if you don't have the healthiest lifestyle in terms of what you eat, man, you gotta keep moving on a daily basis. Even if that means going out to take a walk, man, you gotta stay moving.
That's the best medicine there is. That's better than any goddamn Losartan and metamorphin, whatever they try and get y'all. Ain't nothing gonna beat movement. Ain't nothing gonna beat movement.
Absolutely, man. Back to that analogy. So I want to throw this analogy in there because you brought up the salamander and how the what was the chemical that pretty much transformed and allowed it to walk?
Iodine.
Iodine, right? So that's. I want to throw this analogy in there as well, right? So it's an analogy I actually just read in a book earlier about a fish tank, right? So if we have a fish tank that has fish in it, obviously, right, and the water is dirty, the water is cloudy, right? Would you take the fish out, the ones that's close to dying, and hope for the best for the ones that's currently in there? Would you drop, some type of antibiotic into the water and hope and thinking that's going to cure the fish, or would you just clean the dirty water?
Yeah,
you would just you just clean it. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole antibiotic. Damn, what the I can't even think the motherfucking word. I just forgot the goddamn word, man.
Antibiotic,
antibiotic. Damn, why? I don't know why the hell I couldn't antibiotics. So if you drop an antibiotic into the water, right? It's the same thing as taking medication, right? The antibiotic is just there to control the symptoms of whatever the fish is having. It's the same idea with medication, right? But the whole thing is that in order to stop all these problems from happening with the fish, right, you would just clean the cloudy, dirty water. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing applies to your life. Instead of thinking you could just take medication to manage something, how about just cleaning your environment that you're currently in? This can be, putting air purifiers in your house. This can be changing your diet, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to suffer and deal with what's happening. Just change your environment, clean your environment. That's it. And that's all.
Yeah. And because what your doctor won't tell you in most cases, I know there's exceptions, that like he was talking about managing symptoms, that's all the medicine do, which is fine, but have the mentality that's temporary. Yeah. Some of you might be listening to this and get inspired and say, man, fuck it, I ain't taking no medicine no more. These doctors trying to kill me. But then you won't do what's necessary, so you won't need the medicine.
Look, that ain't.
That's not what
Hey, I want to throw this in here, yeah. We not on here. Listen, we not no motherfucking certified doctors or anything like that. Listen, don't take this shit as no advice, man. No, don't throw your medication away, man.
Yeah, make the adjustments first. Measure to make sure it's working, and then you go. Your doctor will work. Y'all didn't have people come to my class. I remember the very first. That's why I started doing it again. The very first blood pressure class I did, it was a 2-day event. Within a week later, a nigga in my class got off his blood pressure meds. He was trying. He was doing things too. That's why I appreciate him, because he wasn't just somebody just listening and then going about his day not making no changes. He did what I said. He had the lowest blood pressure reading he ever had, and the doctor was like, "All right, finally proved to me that you can lower it on your own. You ain't got to take the medicine no more." It's very doable. You don't have to be on these things.
What was the method?
Get your life back.
What was the method? My fault, bro. What was the method? What was the method you gave him to lower his blood pressure?
Yeah, so most times, so when we think about blood pressure, most of us know, man, you gotta watch the salt. Too much salt gonna raise your blood pressure. That's like the common knowledge. That's like the sodium, anti-sodium propaganda. And it's so bad to the point where we think salt is bad, when actually salt is necessary. It's one of the 5 electrolytes. It's an essential mineral.
That is true.
And the thing is, most of the population is more potassium sensitive than we are sodium sensitive, right? Which is to say, we're supposed to get roughly almost twice as much potassium as we do sodium in our diet, right? But most of us don't. Salt is so abundant, it's easy to get a bunch of salt. It's not as easy to get a bunch of potassium. The standard advice is lower the sodium. More people we would do better if the standard advice was increase the potassium. You want to do a little bit of both. But most of us are potassium sensitive than sodium. Only less than 30% of the country is sodium sensitive. More people will have a better effect if they actually increase their potassium and increase your magnesium. It's about usually high blood pressure is basically chronic dehydration. You're not getting all the electrolytes you need in the right amount. You fix them electrolytes and you drink enough water, then it's a simple fix. It's only hard when you just don't want to give up some of the things you don't want to give up.
So that goes back to the beginning of this episode, right? How we brought up the medication. So really, with some practice or with just getting into a better habit, they can control their high blood pressure without taking medication. Because that's exactly what they gonna prescribe them at a hospital, right?
Yeah.
As some type of medication to manage their high blood pressure, when you just gave us a breakdown on how to manage it without medication.
Yeah,
right?
without medication.
And then
what kills me, real quick, not to cut you off, but what kills me, because there's this, we can't say the word cure for a lot of things. Like I can't legally say I could cure your blood pressure or I cure my blood pressure. But if I used to have high blood pressure, and then I did something, I eat a certain way, and eating that certain way makes my blood pressure okay. And the high blood pressure never comes back because I continue to eat the good way. Is that not a fucking cure, or am I tripping?
That's a cure. You got rid of it because all they was finna do, like we said, all they was finna do was give them a medicine to manage their high blood pressure, right? Not cure it or just get rid of it, or they was gonna give them something to manage it. And then like I said, with every medication, there's a side effect. So now you gotta, and then that starts the compound. That starts the compounding effect right there. Now next day you got 100 bottles of pills that you taking. When really instead of taking that route anyway, how about we try to take initiative ourselves? How about we try to take action ourselves? You know what I'm saying? Especially in the times we stay in. We got so many people on the internet that knows what they're doing. They have the testimonials to prove it. It's so many different people or individuals on the internet now that can give you more guidance than what a hospital ever can give. You know what I'm saying? It's just we don't know how to take action no more. You know what I'm saying? But I would encourage anybody, like, man, if you feeling some type of way or something just don't feel right, man, do research on how to or at least get an understanding on what could happen, or an understanding on what's happening and maybe actions you can take to make it better or improve.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. No, that's fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is just, I mean, that pretty much proves everything that we just said. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, it starts with you, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no need, but every time we feel some type of way, we just, oh man, I gotta go to the hospital. Man, you just racked up a $2,000 bill for them.
Yeah.
For a simple visit. You know, they just charge you $2,000. Now they finna charge you on top of that for the medication that I know finna fuck you up even more. And again, listen, we not no certified doctors or anything like that, but
we just two random Negroes on the internet talking shit.
Yeah, we talking our beliefs, our opinions, man. But a lot of things too, that's what the books is for, right? So the things that we learn, especially with bro, he got receipts. He have had, you know what I'm saying? He got results from his methods. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, right? So we got guys on the internet that try to teach shit that haven't actually done it or seen results from it, but they hop their ass on the internet and teach it. But then we have guys that hop on the internet and share information that they have actually seen results from. And to me, that makes you more of as good of an expert as somebody with a certificate or a degree of some sort. Yeah, bro, appreciate you for that, brother.
Yeah, likewise,
yeah,
man.
That was dope, man. Is there anything that you want to add on this particular topic about the healthcare system?
My closing remark is this. Health, I need to figure out the name of the institution, but they define health and disease as such. They design health is behaviors that lead to ease of function, which basically makes it easy for you to function. And disease is defined as prolonged behavior. Disease is defined as prolonged behavior that prevents ease of function. And when we think of it like that, then we realize the shit that we're calling high blood pressure and diabetes and shit, that's not the disease. That's the symptom of the disease. And then what you're calling the symptom is a symptom of those symptoms. The real disease is what caused you to do the behavior that led with diabetes or blood pressure or whatever to manifest in the first place.
Facts, fire. No, that's fire, bro. Man, I guess my closing remarks would be this, y'all, is that just going back to what I said at the beginning of the episode, is that the healthcare system was not designed to look out for your best interests. It's all about profit. We as people are just another number to them. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for them to care about teaching us how to cure ourselves, right? Because they make their profit off of managing our sicknesses. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we gotta do better as far as being more driven, man. We have to be more aggressive with just taking initiative on how we can improve our health ourselves and not relying on the healthcare system, man, because it's rigged. Yeah, man, appreciate you, Black brother. That was fire, man. So as always, absolutely, man. I need to get down there to that weather, man, because it's cold in the motherfucker up here, man.
See the sun coming through the window.
Man, as always, y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get notified on future content. You know, follow my guy, follow me as well, and just stay up to date. And, you know, continue to support. As long as y'all support, we gonna continue to keep dumping out this content and try to make it as informative and as personal as possible. And man, without that being said, y'all, life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always, stay successful. Sex.